So Midas Civil really came into our line of vision a few years ago. It's probably maybe 3 years ago at this point. We were doing a lot of segmental work. We still are doing a lot of segmental work. HDR does a great job with segmental construction, balanced cantilever, span by span, cast in place, box girders. And we were finding that we were putting a lot of work up front just to get the model built. Stage construction, as I'm sure everyone knows, can be, a painstaking task. But we felt that there needed to be some wizards and tools that can easily set up something that's been done for the past however many years we've been designing these bridges. So Midas presented to us some of the wizards they had with balanced cantilever, and I think we definitely asked the right questions at the time. We definitely pushed Midas to address some of our concerns, and at this point we saw that a lot of our concerns were addressed, and we ultimately decided to go with the product. I think, again, so now that we have the product, it's important for us to now make sure that we're using it correctly. So I think a lot of the tasks a lot of the wizards that Midas offered, I think can save a lot of modeling time.
And I saw some very good bridge engineers. I remember from HNTB and other companies doing these seminars, and I contacted them and asked them, and some of these were pretty complicated bridges, like network tight arches or curved girder bridges or bridges with heavy skews, and they were all Midas had performed well for them. And similarly, it's performed well for us. We have a lot of curved girder bridges on this one project right now in New Haven, and we've had to do things like put cranes on the bridges and things like that.
In our firm, we not only design advanced bridges, but also we do complex bridge analysis. In our previous experiences with other processes, we found modeling an advanced, or we can say like complex structure is very difficult. And analyzing those bridges is time-taking, is not fast and efficient, but we found it's a lot easier with Midas. We can model complex structure very easily, and its powerful tools actually allows us to run our analysis efficiently, and checking our results or updating or reviewing our input information is also really easy. So we decided to go with Midas.
I really like Midas. It's a great program. I think it does a really good job of giving you results that you can't get hurt with, that you can't get that are accurate and yet fairly conservative. For example, the big P delta, little P delta calculations with Midas are always, say, a little on the conservative side compared to other programs that say they run it but really don't run it. So I trust Midas, and that's important. And very time-saving too, in the way that it's very easy to model curved girders and composite sections and things like that.
I have already used Midas in 2 different bridges. One is curved steel tube girder bridge for load rating. I think like many of the softwares currently we have doesn't have that capability, and some of the requirements that DOT has is only satisfied by the Midas. For example, if I have to rate cross frames, it's a lot easier with Midas because I can get the cross frame forces. The same thing is not that easy with other softwares. We trust this software. Actually, this was our first experience with the Midas in bridge rating and other complicated analysis. So we actually gone through every result that Midas output has given us, and we checked every single number in our different spreadsheets and other softwares, and up until now we are very satisfied with its results.
3D finite element modeling has definitely helped us understand how our structures behave a lot better, and I think it's important, especially as bridges become more complicated and more complicated. We need this software.
I'm really impressed with technical support team. They have always answered my questions. A couple of times I sent them my model, requesting them to check my model. They did that. They also sent me some feedbacks about my model and suggestions. And I also found they are really helpful. They are always responsive, and they will always give you a right answer. Other best thing about the Midas is numerous online tutorials and technical papers that are available online. I have utilized that to understand and fully utilize Midas tools.
And that's really what we look for in any vendor we work with, that they're on board and they're fully committed to helping HDR get up to speed with their products.
It was pretty easy. I would do a lot over the telephone, which was convenient because I didn't have to go anywhere or anything like that, with one of the technical support people, and it was very tailored to my needs, which was good because the needs of someone working for a contractor aren't going to be the same as someone working for ACOM or PB or HNTB. So I have a little bit different needs. I'm more analyzing bridges that have already been built and things like that. So they were able to tailor the training more towards my needs as opposed to giving me canned tutorials for somebody that was going to design a bridge from start to finish, say. Although it's good for that too.
I think we had to take a more initiative to actually help the engineers answer their questions before they come in.
So yeah, I mean, definitely we've been experiencing a lot of growth lately. I mean, we've had a lot of new clients come on and start using Midas Civil, and something that's really important to us is helping them to get the training that they need.
For us, we need to make sure that their day-to-day work is efficient and effective.
Your real critical issues are with what you're designing. That's essential to coming up with a system that's safe and cost effective. And Midas is versatile like that, and it's, as I said, accurate and on the money.
It is already serving engineering community with advanced engineering softwares. I believe in future, Midas can have a significant impact on engineering society.